Everyone always thought that superheroes only existed in movies and comic books. But those beliefs were changed when real men and women entered the scene with real superhuman abilities and powers. Those heroes wore brightly colored spandex, boasted grand smiles, and kept the people safe from the things that go bump in the night. They were true paragons of virtue who fought back the monsters and villains and saved the day. People would cheer and laugh as Captain Ultra waved and flexed, basking in the attention granted by the jovial parades. Children would run around their yards dressed in multicolored costumes, mimicking Mad Lad as he battled the forces of evil. Talk shows hosts would barrage Lady Luck with interviews, acquiring into her most daring exploits and adventures. Students would gaze in awe as Professor Psych seamlessly wove stories of his victories into his lecture. The public would adore those real men and women of steel, those indestructible saints who lived idyllic lives. However, they never saw the other side of heroism. They never saw Captain Ultra's crippling alcohol dependency. They never saw Mad Lad beat or abuse his wife or kids. They never saw Lady Luck toss and turn in the late hours of the night, only to awake with horrid shrieks. They never saw Professor Psych use his telepathy to take advantage of young women. They never saw the monsters and scars hiding behind the smiles. And as long as they never saw, the public was safe. As long as they never saw, superheroes would still exist. I was watching a bearded scientist dressed in dark brown colors work in near darkness. Blue lightning would flash across my vision, filling the room. The scientist laughed. He was succeeding. He was training large, grotesque rats to follow his orders. The lightning was their punishment for disobedience. With a flip of the switch and a chilling boom of laugh, the rats began to mutate, their spines arching sharply. Their shrieks as they clawed at their teeth grew. I covered my ears tightly and squeezed my eyes shut till I heard their heavy breathing. They were ragged in the fur and the human side. They stood on all fours, gasping. The scientist walked over to the nearest one, groaning, "My dear pets," and stroking under its chin. The revolting rat, ragged and wrathfully looked at its master with fear and fright. The scientist stood up slowly and walked over to me, my agitation and shudders causing my chins to clink childlessly. Standing before me, with arms clasped behind his back, he taunted, "Now for you." I squeezed my eyes shut. Blue lightning flashed behind my eyelids. When I was growing up, I pretended to be a superhero once in a while. Isn't every kid? It was fun to daydream about accidentally gaining superpowers. Then I'd imagine yourself flying around and shrugging off bullets while punching out bad guys. Unfortunately, when it actually happened to me, my powers didn't come from a radioactive bite, freak lab accident, or mutant genes. No, it was the cape. The damn cape. The cape fell from the sky inside a meteor. Although nowhere near the scale of a dinosaur killer, the rock was still a big one. Even after smashing into the desert, it was surprisingly intact. My team went to investigate the site. We had just started taking preliminary measurements when the meteor split apart like an egg. There, in the center, was a scrap of cloth. I can't explain why I tried to touch it. I just knew the cloth was calling to me. As I reached out my gloved hand, the crackle of the Geiger counter faded away. The warning cries for my team became muted, like sounds heard underwater. Then the cloth pounced. In an instant, it curled around my wrist, piercing my hazmat suit, and time seemed to stop as it touched my bare skin. I felt it raiding my memories, absorbing everything it found. Then it slithered up my arm, wormed its way around my back, embedded itself into my shoulders. At that moment, I became the world's first real superhero. It had been a pretty good gig so far. I've stopped thousands of criminals and saved many more lives. I tackled natural disasters, then graduated to stomping out terrorists and warlords and evil dictators. The Cape's power is unlimited. Nothing can stop me. But all along, the Cape has been guiding my actions. Through our bond, I learned it was created billions of years ago by aliens who hope to spread peace throughout the galaxy. With me as its tool, it has accomplished that goal here on Earth. The trouble is, the Cape is growing restless. Since its sole objective is peace, and peace has come, its only option now is to broaden its definition of peace. For instance, the people of the city are currently throwing me a parade. But the Cape Lengthy's noise is not peaceful. It longs to quiet them. And that little girl throwing confetti, that little girl is littering! And littering is crime. My burning eyes tell me the Cape hungers to slice her apart with my heat vision. Every day it gets harder to restrain the Cape's urges. I would destroy the damn thing if I could, but I can't. It won't allow me. All I can do is smile and wave, while inside I'm thinking obsessively about the meteor which brought the Cape to Earth. The Cape prevented me from telling anyone, but I know the truth. The chunk of rock was all that remained of the last world the Cape visited.